3-hour informative forum where key issues are discussed to shift the destiny of our country positively.
The same allegation of corruption, there are multiple cases where current officials of this government are being alleged to be deeply involved with corruption. Why not subject them to the same treatment? If Master Kimia can be good enough to go to prison on allegation of corruption, I mean, Moda should be good enough to go to prison as well.
This is to me, you know exactly what happened up Capitol. You have the evidence to prove what happened up Capitol beyond all reasonable doubt. So we do not have to keep running in circles. Investigation is now a single day. The government of Liberia is an interest. It's a party in this case.
Despite of the many challenges in Liberia, poor education, joblessness, and underdevelopment, the question are, how will Liberians be reconciled with self-division, divisive, and destructive politics?
Let me address this private jet issue. My response may not go down well. As Darius Dera, who campaigned against private jet, use of private jet against President Weah, I want to publicly apologize to President Weah. We did not understand the constraints and the reasons and the justification for using private jet.
What troubles me is to hear a sitting president, Joseph Parker, and his men to try to tear our country apart. We are a post-conflict nation. Our peace is fragile. What we need to do is to reconcile and bring our people together, not to separate us, not to divide us, not to destroy this country anymore.
How can Liberians decide on progressiveness and think on how they can build and develop their country? How can 178 years old country build capacity of young Liberians and create job opportunity and enable the Liberian citizens to live a better life? To answer these questions plus many more, John K. Oke and Princess Elessa Vante Colley from Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the program Freedom Hub, for the most informative talk show that brings the real issue without fear to the Liberian people on Freedom FM 87.9.
Guess what? Then people come and play. How we they eat here with me then? Just start our man and they get a what's more like petition and signing for free bowl. I was there to you know it's on say we the mic it yes say na we mo start calling them by people running down there it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question, now will you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want, then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. You say you coming to rescue your people. Oh, now why you to us? No. You even claim to even be the hero for your experience, but why you for us? So why the rest press not stable? No job, no food to put on the table. No. Not just for the poor. Once you not get no money, rest to show your kids can go. No opportunity for the youth. Instead of help people, they breaking for the money. Tell me why the people vote you for. You treating the people, I hate to say you not alone. It's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question, that will you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want, then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. You say you are going to change things, but we not seeing changes. Promises you made you and your rescue team. We not seeing changes. You made the whole country divided into two. CDC and Unity Party, they can't conclude. You downsizing, you wish hunting. Now when they die, but the Liberian people suffering. You downsizing, you wish hunting. Now when they die, but the Liberian people suffering. Tell me who you rather give the rescue now. You and your rescue team. I say, oh, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question, now who you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want, then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. That's what yama 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 yama.
Okay, good afternoon, good morning, good evening to all of you following the conversation on 87.9. This is Freedom Hub on the People's Radio. My name is Khan Oliver Kine. Princess Alexa Vanja Colley is also pretty seated on today's edition. Today is Monday, the 28th day of July. We got less than 3 days to the end of this month. The Liberians are still watching, still hoping, still anticipating the much heralded change that was preached in 2023. The people are still waiting for the day where corruption will leave the stands of the newspapers in our country. Liberians are still anticipating the moment where all of the ghettos in Monrovia and parts of Liberia will be destroyed because there will be no drugs in the country, as was heralded by the Unity Party campaign team. In the midst of it all, the Liberian president, His Excellency Joseph Yoma Boakai, is asking Liberians across the country to pray for the country beginning Wednesday, the 30th of July, 2025. Yes, we'll talk a bit about it. We'll talk more about it. At the same time, there is this situation in the country regarding the Liberia traffic management, the Liberian Senate, and individuals in the national executive of the country. Oh yes, we are suspecting too many conflicting situations regarding the whole traffic management situation. Too many conflicting information on it. Too many subversive attitude going on in the country. The country of Liberia is in trouble. We'll say what we know about the whole stuff. We'll tell you the deals that have been. We'll tell you the manipulative nature of the whole operation. We'll tell you all those who are trying to do personal stuff with the country. We'll tell you all of it. We'll also ask the government of Liberia under President Boakai to be very decisive as it relates to the traffic management of our country. Whether it's going to go to traffic management or the Ministry of Transport, we will ask the government of Liberia, specifically the president and the Liberian Senate, and the Liberian legislature, to be very, very clear on what they want to do. Sadly for us, the Liberian president on July 26 admitted to the entire world that indeed Liberians are suffering. The Liberian president, after months of denial, after months of denying that the Liberian people were suffering, President Boakai finally admitted that there is hardship in the country, and he has asked Jeremiah Kun, the vice president, to lead a committee to look into the hardship in the country. At the end of it, he said on Wednesday, all of you, those of you who can go to mosque, go to mosque. Those of you who can go to church, you go to your churches. Those of you who can pray to Papa Musa, you go pray to Papa Musa. Yeah, I mean, he didn't have Papa Musa there. But he said all of you should pray. Pray for the country. It reached the point where Papa said you gotta pray. When you're facing your personal problem to your house and you say you call your family, you say let's pray. It means you got no solution anymore. You leave it with God now. So the Papa said we must pray. We must pray because the corruption I here able to manage it. We gotta pray. Oh yes. Too many things you will want us to take to the Lord in prayer. Let's hope that will solve some of the problems.
You not give
Although he did not tell us campaign time that when he became president,
let me ask you.
that he will always ask us to pray. No, he didn't tell us. He didn't tell us that prayer was part of his manifesto. But the governmental job now took, it now took the administration, and so the Bible said, "We'll go pray." So we pray. We will start the prayer on today. And so all of these plus many others will constitute today's menu here on 87.9. Continue playing the cash giveaway,
It's a rescue.
the Freedom Win Liberia cash giveaway.
You
On today's edition, we go to the Wese WhatsApp.
but we not seeing chiches.
With just 50 Liberian dollars, you are good enough to be on the line.
Not seeing chiches.
To be on the line to receive 4,000, 5,000, or better still 10,000 LD as prize.
You wish
It depends on how lucky you are
but they Liberian people
and how well you play. The more you play, the better your chances are to win here on 87.9. On today's edition, I'm hoping, very hopeful
I said,
that Alexa and I will dish out a lot of money to those of you out there.
I wanna ask you one question.
Those of you who will be very committed and faithful to playing, the more you play, the better your chances are.
One day you say you give the rest.
We take few bars of our team song when we come back.
It's the rest.
We'll bring you Crime Stopper Liberia, our golden sponsor here, Win Liberia, and several other sponsors on the platform. And later on, we run into the issues of the day right here in the Republic.
It's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. That will you give the rescue? It's a rescue. The people say not like you.
Stop, keep me unsafe, let's stop me now for all of our crime. Stop, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime, stop Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime, stop, keep me unsafe, let's stop me now for all of our.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self, Omen Sam Saya.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop me now for all of our. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of our.
Okay, so welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. Alexa, good afternoon. Welcome, my dear.
Good afternoon to you, Oliver. And I would like to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. I think it is good being back on the radio after a few days been away. We have a lot to talk about today. And Tony Stephanie passing you. So today a different day.
Oh, yeah.
Yo. But on that same note, Orange Liberia is still telling you the campaign for July 26th. It ends the 30th of July. My freedom of choice. It is still ongoing. So just take advantage of this 20% discount off anything you're going to buy, especially the electronic gadgets. So if you're out there and then you want to purchase a phone for your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your children or any family members, by the way, go to any of Orange Liberia's stores. 3 different locations. Okay, so you have 20% off anything you're going to buy. If you have maybe $104 and you want to purchase a smartphone, by the way, you're going to get the TCL 306, which was going for $130. Now this is going for $104 United States dollars. Also, Atel A48, which was going for $99, now goes for $79. One Neo Pro was going for $69 and now goes for $55. And Orange Library also has Sansa Plus, which was going for $35, now going for $28. So take advantage of this. This campaign ends, I think, Thursday or Wednesday. Yeah. So take advantage now and just go ahead and purchase any of these, electronic gadgets and stand a chance to just enjoy some of these amazing packages from Orange Liberia. My freedom of choice with Orange Liberia. You have your freedom to choose whatever you want to choose, and it is very, very, very affordable. So I just got informed it doesn't end on the 30th of this month, but the 30th first. Okay, so July 31, 2025, this entire campaign ends. My freedom of choice ends on Thursday, July 31, 2025. If you have $104 United States dollars, you're going to get yourself a smartphone TCL 306. That is everything you're buying. You're having 20% off. So it is almost like free. Imagine you were thinking about just getting $130, and now Orange Library is saying, so you do not need $130. You need just $104 to get yourself a smartphone. Also, if you're just looking at, in the range where you have 70 some more dollars, you can have $79 and also get a smartphone. So all these packages are amazing from Orange Liberia, my freedom of choice. So enjoy. It is going to end on Thursday. So take advantage. Take advantage of this.
Okay, so we take this quick break. When we come back, we pay people some money. That's what we do.
My brother, God can bless anybody.
Win big today with Win Liberia on Freedom FM. Yes, for just $100 Liberian dollars or 50 cent United States dollars, you can win from 4,000 Liberian dollars up to 10,000 Liberian dollars. And for $200 Liberian dollars or $1 United States dollar on Japa days, you can win from 15,000 Liberian dollars, 50,000 Liberian dollars, 100,000 Liberian dollars, and up to 1 million Liberian dollars. For these amazing prizes, dial *255*1#. Again, dial *255*1#. The more you play, the better your chances. It's Win Liberia Cash Giveaway on Freedom FM.
And the work we dey do will bring the rubber. Then tell me so many know.
Okay, all right, so welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. Like we told you, *255*1# will give you some money. A very sad news today. A Liberian starved himself. We will play the video. A young man, Liberian man. The man said he's suffering too much, and so he allegedly took knife, and he was announcing all in the community, telling the people, I'll come and kill myself. I'm suffering. I'll come and kill myself. They're suffering too much for me. I'll come and kill myself until, the people did not think that it was serious that way till he plucked himself. He starved himself. Yeah, I haven't said this for a long time. Pluck. He's starving. He's starving himself, and it's so sad. At the point we watched the video, he was still alive, and I do not know what the status is right now. But this is what it is. I saw it on one online stuff, and there was a whole commentary about it. We'll try to play that video very shortly, but it is very, very, very concerning. *255*1# is the code. Let's see whether we have some people here to pay. Yes, let's see whether we have some people to pay quickly. Then we run and start talking the major issues today. Well, Alexa, we'll throw small light on that man's situation. But let's see if we can call this person. So there are too many of you who are winning. Let's see whether we can just check in the winners box and select one person soon and call them and see how much they are getting and see how much that person received. It is reflecting that you won our money. Please tell how much you received. Thank God the person put the phone up. Thank God the phone is not switched off. Okay, so we are calling you. We are calling you. Please pick up your telephone. Hello, sir. How are you? Oh no, your background is kind of noisy. Please walk away from the noise. We are calling you from Freedom Radio Liberia. My name is KOK. What's your name, sir?
Shania King, my name.
Mr. King, how are you? You are amongst, your number is amongst the total number of people who have won today. Can you confirm that you win Liberia?
Yeah. I won 4,000. I saw the message.
Okay, 4,000. Congratulations, my dear brother. How long ago you saw the message?
Not too long.
Not too long. Okay. How many times you play? Can you tell us?
I played 2 times.
2 times. How did you play? Quickly, we want to go.
I pressed star 255. Star 1 hash.
Star 255 star 1 hash.
Yeah.
And you just play 50 Liberian dollars 2 times.
Yeah.
And you win 4,000 Liberian dollars.
Yeah.
Okay, my brother. Congratulations. You can still play and you can still win. You can win as many times possible. So that's the information. Okay, we leave you right there. We leave you. Yes. So after the conversation, when we start the conversation, we'll go back in the room again and check for somebody else who is a possible winner here on 87.9, and that's how we're gonna keep rolling. So that's why it is star 255 star 1 hatch. But Alexa, as we continue with the conversation, this is very serious. This is very serious. Let me see whether I can go and grab it. But that's why it is. We're just going to talk about it in 5 minutes time, and we'll be done. But that's the information. While we try to get the video, that's it. Imagine somebody starving themselves in this country at about this moment.
Just having the courage, to do that. It means you are at a breaking point in your life where you think you do not have any hope, where you think you do not have any way out. Because whenever we have a news of somebody, whenever we have news stories, by the way, of somebody maybe trying to starve themselves rather, a person is going to starve themselves. People be like, no, what's so much? Why would you do that? It hasn't gotten to that point. But do you understand what exactly this person has gone through? Do you understand exactly some of the challenges this person had to, just manage to get to a point where they are no longer finding a way out? I think it is a very sad thing, because the fact that people are saying, hey, he said it. He did not just go ahead and do it just like that. But there are different people saying, oh, he said it. Maybe there were signs, and he complained about maybe hardship in the country. He complained about how difficult it was for him. Imagine. Do we have the video? Okay.
Yeah. So let me see. Let me see quickly. Just hold on. I want to bring the video from a wider perspective. But Alexa, I mean, the essence of us having this conversation is to discourage these things. I don't know,
Oliver.
I don't know what, but regardless of whatever you go through on this earth,
psychologically, people go through a lot.
I agree.
I mean, we're here every day behind these microphones. People see us as strong people, but factually, we go through our own thing behind the scenes, right? Individually, we do. But we are different individuals. So we're not going to resort to something like this to say, hey, we'll have to take away our own life at the end of the day. No. But not everyone is able to handle exactly what we're able to handle. Not everybody.
Oh, yeah.
So it is more like you're feeling pain. The way you're going to react to the pain you're feeling, that will be different from what exactly I'm going to put out there. So the responses are different. Just the outputs are different. So I think I wouldn't want to say he shouldn't have done exactly what he did. Now he is no longer with us. He is deceased, and his family members, they're crying, or whoever his friends are, or whoever his family members are, they're now crying. But the question is, what did he actually go through to have ended the way he did? That's the question to ask. That's exactly the question to ask. We're not saying when you're feeling low, take knives, stab yourself. No, that's not what we're saying, because that's not a good thing. No one has to do that. But again, you cannot say do not do it. Mental health is very important. The way the country is, people are struggling mentally, physically, financially. So it is like you put a person in a box and they have all these different challenges they're faced with, then you do not have a solution out. So you just be like, hey, let me just take away my life and everything will be okay. So
Okay.
maybe.
All right. So let's let's listen to the video. I mean, those of you on the radio, let's watch it. For those of you watching, yes. So he's lying on the ground, and we just play a bit of it and come back.
He started running around the community. He said that things are too hard on him. To be precise, or I can identify him to be a Zogo. Yeah, but he used to be doing the small hustle, He used to be doing his small hustle, but he kept complaining this morning that he is gonna do bad thing to himself. So people were just laughing. He said that, okay, I just took off my trousers, now you guys are laughing, but the one I'm gonna do, it will be worse than this. And finally, he did it to himself. So you see, this too more hardship is killing people who go have to intervene. They may die slowly. They die slowly. You try to go jail, you get your hands up. You know the rebel is there. The rebel will get your hands up. Yeah, all lawyers go jail. They can't go jail. Well, anyway, now.
Okay. All right. So folks, there you have it. Up to the time of the up to the time we saw the video, he was still alive with the knife, stuck in his stomach. That is how terrible it is. I mean, I don't want to say more about this thing because it's kind of emotional, regardless of who's involved. For somebody to, like Alexa said, to develop the courage to reach that point. There are too many things going on in people's personal lives. There are a lot of things people got on their mind. Like she said, once you are not in the shoe, you don't know how it hurts. But regardless of whatever that situation you're confronted with, don't think about harming yourself. You can owe somebody $1 million, 50 billion, whatever the amount is, whatever trouble you find yourself in, regardless of who you think will vote you or will laugh at you, who you think will make mockery out of you, whether you have money before and you don't get money today, whether you have cars before you don't have one bicycle today, whether you used to go to the club and chat at the table and today you can drink one shot of king juice, regardless of all of it, whether you have plenty of 400 girlfriends and today none of them can even pick up your telephone call, all of those things are immaterial. They should not make you to do anything funny to yourself. Life is precious. Life is important. Once you are okay, something can happen for you. Once you got life, even when you poor, your old friend who you knew from down the line could just walk up from out of the blue moon and see you, and life can bounce back right there. They make can see you and say, "Look, man, you my friend, you my classmate. I can see you, doing this and you that. I got a company, I got the one, I will get you a job." And your life can pick up. But when you are in the grave, your friend ain't gonna see you. He ain't gonna have that chance to help you anymore. There's no opportunity when you are dead. So, I mean, the country is hard. I know. Even the president admitted on July 26th that the country is hard. That's why he told Kun to go do investigation and know what is hard in the country so that it will solve the problem. I don't even know what that is. I mean, this is not supposed to be political. But regardless of whatever you go through as a human on a daily basis, I just do not think it warrants you going to the level of starving yourself. Please. Yeah, I don't want to say more about this. This is so sad. It's so appalling. I mean, I mean, unless I heard you say he's no more with us. We cannot verify that, at the moment. Yeah, because he was still kind of breathing. We hope he is alive. If he is not, our condolences to the family. But for those of you listening, remember what are the Asa Bengo, KOK Bengo, Elesa Bengo, who you owe, who you not owe, who owe you, who not owe you. You lost everything you have had before. You're not nothing. Your life is important. That simple life what you get. It's important. You can be walking, you find diamond. Your life is, I mean, you can be poor like Cheshire Rat. You can be walking in the mud, you find diamond. The life bounce back, but you dead about it. And you dead about it, they can even bury you or diamond, you not even know. And they can dig hole before the bury, but yeah, they can even bury you or diamond, you will not know. And you have no use for that diamond. But once you're living, you see diamond, there is a hope. There is hope for reinvestment and other stuff. So your life is precious. Any trouble you cause on the earth, don't worry. Don't kill yourself for it. People will say, oh, the yama yama, they want to say that's their business. That's their business. It's better than for you to take your life. So Alexa, maybe in 1 minute.
Yes.
Yeah, for you to run up, then we go to other topics quickly.
So I will still say this again. Yeah, I like the fact where you're encouraging people and as well as discouraging them from just thinking about taking that decision to say, hey, I want to hurt myself.
Mhm.
I want to stop myself. I just want to do something to myself because life is hard at about this point. Not everything you see out there, not everyone you see smiling, they're having like a good life. Everybody struggles at a point in time.
Oh, yeah.
It happens.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody has a moment where they're down. Everybody has a moment where they're up there. So there are different transitions, and as humans, we should be able to manage these different transitions. But sometimes, again, it is very hard to manage based on how you're able to tolerate hardship. It is really hard to manage it. But thanks to Oliver for also rectifying that he may not be dead at about this point, 100%, because it is yet to be verified. But I guess he is really hurt. And I'm hoping as well that he is well, he recovers from whatever, pain he may have,
Mhm.
gotten at about that moment where he stopped himself. But I'm just saying to you, whenever you have hard moments in your life, just look around you. There are a couple of people, and I would like to go back to Christoph. Yeah, I would like to use his situation. Christoph is one of the people in Liberia. He went through a whole lot in this country. And what happened to him on July 26th, that was another transition. Everything he had to experience, he did not take away his own life. No. Imagine a superstar, you went way down where people would just talk down or you just say anything to you. But Christoph is here today and we celebrated him so much on Saturday. Right. So anybody can have a fall. Anybody can have, a moment where they're falling and they will be able to get up again and be like, hey, this is me. So let's be able to manage that. We're discouraging you guys from taking any decision to take away your own life when it is hard. Just sit back. The next day, something will happen, even if it is not 100%. Today, you may not have food to eat. Tomorrow, someone might give you a cup of rice. Today, you may not have, a bottle of water to drink. Somebody might give you water tomorrow to drink. So just live one day at a time. Let us all brace ourselves because we don't know exactly the challenges that lie ahead of us. We're just in the moment now and seeing all of the things that are happening, that, the different hardships across Liberia. We're seeing all of these things happening on a daily basis. So we do not know if these things are going to get worse than they already are. So if we start to, stab ourselves one after the other, then the whole country will be empty.
Mhm.
It will be empty. So we don't want it that way. Let us all just manage ourselves. Let us all just be patient. Let us all embrace, ourselves and embrace ourselves as well for the challenges that lie ahead of us, because we don't know what will happen like bro in the next few months, in the next few weeks.
Okay.
But nothing will happen.
So we give the first person money. I see other people lining up here for some more money, but let the process go on a little bit. So *255*1# is the code to dial, and when you're lucky enough, you win for yourself between 4,500 to 10,000 Liberian dollars. *255*1# is the code. Okay, so this issue of the traffic management situation. I know, Alexa, you've been so busy and you have not been researching on.
I haven't been following what's happening
on that issue. But here's what I have to say, and
how far are we with that?
I mean,
Is there a pause?
we're going to talk about it.
Okay.
We're going to talk about this. The government of Liberia under President Bouaka, and I'll say this, the government took a concession that was signed by the George Weah administration, but in a different form. The Weah administration could not implement the LTM concession till President Weah left office. For some reasons, the Joe Baka administration decided to implement the concession, and they did their own personal modification and other due diligence. Every government got what they want to achieve. So the Joe Baka administration said to themselves, the guy said, we would need to outsource the operation of the Ministry of Transport, driver license and vehicular registration stuff. We need to outsource it to the Laboratory of Traffic Management. Let them manage everything relating to traffic, because they will be providing their logistics. They'll be providing all of their materials to help solve the traffic problem in this country. That's what Joe Baka, the president, that's what he agreed to. That's what his government agreed to. And so they took a decision to award that contract to LTM. Till today's date, there are folks from the Ministry of Transport who are protesting and expressing their fear on losing their jobs. The government has been listening. The fact that the president is yet to issue any statement or to veto. Remember, Alexa, when the legislature passed a particular law that was supposed to strap all of the ports from the NPA to make those ports autonomous, agencies, to make them independent. The lawmakers pass a particular document. It reached President Baka, he vetoed it. The fact that President Baka is yet to veto LTM says he is in support of it. You understand it? The lawmakers went to work and signed one law where say, Buchanan Port must be on your own. Harper Port should be on your own. Greenville Port should be on our own. President Baka said, no, all the ports should remain with Sekou Dukle. Now, the LTM concession came. They did the work. They signed all of the stuff they needed to sign and gave LTM the right to run and do driver license, vehicle registration business. That's what they did. Till today's date, there is no record to show President Baka revoking it. So what that means is that he has accepted in principle and in actuality the deal between the government of Liberia and LTM. The Liberian Senate, we are told, invited LTM, the Ministry of Transport, and other stakeholders to their Senate chamber and went through all of the bureaucracy and everything. At the end of the day, they agreed that LTM should be given the job to do. Come and see where the fund is in this country. And this is the government that Eugene Fagon will come to people like us and say, we are running a responsible government. Yeah, Eugene Fagon told me that in one chat room before that they are running a responsible government.
Yeah.
The president agreed. The Liberian Senate, the senator who said LTM will not operate, who said they won't question LTM deal, they were there when LTM went to them, and all of the people went to them, and they all agreed that, okay, yes, let LTM proceed. In a trigger of an eye, the Senate is now turning around. Some senators are turning around and saying, no, LTM, hold on yet. Until we investigate. What are you going to investigate?
You already give a green light.
What are you going to investigate?
So what else?
You had the people before you. You ran through all of the concession. And that's what this government keep doing. When we keep talking about it, people say, oh, you hate the government. They did it with a yellow machine. You bring machine, you pass around. Why do people expecting the machine to be on the road? You carry it back. You brought Ghanaian buses, you pass it around. Why do people expect the buses to be on the road? You carry it back.
Nicotech.
You brought Nicotech scholarship. Why do people expect the scholarship to benefit them? You carry it back. And I can go on naming all of the other things that you brought. You say, oh, no national ID card, no bank transaction. After 2 weeks, you cancel it again. This is not how a responsible government can behave. That's not how a responsible government can behave. If you know that you do not want to do a particular thing, don't initiate it until you do all of your due diligence. Who forced the people to give a deadline to say beginning of the time, all job registration, lesson team will go to LTM? Who forced you? President Bouaka is running a country where decisions are prematurely made, where the decisions are considered childish, because to a greater extent, a responsible government will not operate this way. It will not. You took the responsibility from the Ministry of Transport and you gave it to LTM through a concession. Good. That's what you want. That's what your government won. If you ask me personally, I have a different view about that. But that's what your government won. That's the agenda the government is pushing. But it will interest you to know, Alexa, that there are people in the same Joe Bouaka administration who are now putting the protest action in the country.
Employees of the Ministry of Transport.
I mean, employees are protesting.
Yeah.
But there are key actors in the government who believe that they are not going to get caught from traffic management. And because they will not get caught from traffic management, and other people from the Ministry of Transport are assuring them that if you're fair for all, they didn't come out of transport, we'll get your caught. And so you have competing interests, and in that Liberian Senate, the whole legislature, there where the battle is. So you find people coming on the side and poor people outside and say, go do prayer, y'all go do protest. You're telling me not to do the one. You find people coming on the other side and say, y'all do the one. You're telling me all of these things, pile up together will not make any sense to this country. President Bouaka must act. If you do not want to have LTM in this country, scrap their deal off. And let's remain with the Ministry of Transport. If the United Party government say they don't want Ministry of Transport should be the one giving a driver license and whatever, and you want LTM to be the one to do it, take that decision, stand by it. It is your decision as a government, but stop making the country to appear childish. The government must be decisive. The government must be decisive. You can't take the other decisions, so then you come on the other side and you scheming. Scheming on who? Scheming on the Liberian people? And that's how, as we speak, there are people who got their document, their car document preparation they want to do. They don't know where to go. They won't come transport. They won't go SKD.
We're in a state of confusion.
Because they are confused. The government is confused. The government is not serious. And the president sits there, keep allowing these things to happen. What was the concession about? What did the concession say about those who are working at the area? Is LTM prepared to accommodate some of the folks? Is LTM prepared? I saw an article, a news article, during the course of the weekend, where there is one guy from LTM called Fadi. He said it is possible that they will start to roll out the competent individual from the Ministry of Transport into their system. Is that going to be one of the things the government will look into? If so, work on all of the modalities. We don't want our people in the street protesting on a daily basis. Liberian drivers don't know where to go, and all of these things are unanswered. If the government had done proper due diligence with this whole deal thing, I'm not too sure we would have had all of these things coming up. That you run your government, that you got your agenda, you got your policy. Well, Joe Yakin said, look, nobody will pay school fee in university in the country. That was your agenda. That was your policy. So the people were vexed. But that's what we had choose to do. And he did it. He did it. When Ellen Johnson said came, she said, look, you know what? My policy is to go and renovate Federal campus and do the other one, do the other one, establish your other entity to fight corruption and do the one. That's what she did. Other people had issue with it, but that was her agenda. If you, the rescue government, can say you do not want transport ministry, in as much as some of us got reservation on that your decision, but that is your decision. Why are you reneging on implementing it and you keeping us confused? The country should not be running like one plateau area. I mean, that's how you guys are making it to appear, Mr. President, with all due respect, sir. But the country is running like one plateau place. They may buy a new car, you even know where to go. You won't go try traffic management, but you're thinking whether when you register the car there and transport ministry get the case back, whether transport ministry will not consider a document illegal. And it's vice versa. You understand it? So you if you knew you did not do due diligence on your whole LTM deal, all you needed to have done was to wait, do all of the background modalities, work on all of these issues, taking into consideration the different affected, individuals, those who will be affected. I mean, the stakeholders. You should have had the drivers involved. You should have had, a whole stakeholder conference on it. Do all your due diligence. Then you roll the project out. But like I said, the fact that President Baga is here to cancel the LTM deal or put a notification on it or something, it shows that he is in support of it. We saw him veto the port decentralization bill. That was clear enough to let us know that he was not in support. The fact that we don't have any information on this particular one, it shows that he's in support. So the president cannot be saying this is the agenda and people in your administration won't fight it. Okay, when you won't fight it at your business, if y'all want to fight in your government, if y'all want to do internal fight in your government at your business, but your fight should not affect the Liberian people. Look at today. Drivers have to park their cars to protest, all the other things. If you guys have done due diligence properly, these things will not be happening. Our brothers and sisters in the street would not have been protesting daily because due diligence would have considered all of these things. And let's say, for example, and the government say they want move transport ministry job and go to LTM, fine. So is a reasonable government, a responsible government, you know what you will do? You will calculate all those who are on the Ministry of Transport payroll. And so, okay, so since there are 206 persons who will be affected or 207 persons be affected, government is big. We'll transfer 17 to CSA, get a reassignment, and we'll transfer 14 to Ministry of Defense, LRA, the other play water and sewer. We will re-transfer them because they are in the civil service. We'll re-transfer them. Then when you finish solving the problem of the employees, you understand it? So you re-transfer them, you already solved the problem of the employees. The rest of the other people, LTM will see reason in accommodating them. That's how a responsible government can negotiate. But you close the deal without answering this critical question, and you want the country to be peaceful. So if the president is sincere about his decision to give LTM that contract, he should instruct his people to do due diligence. Our people cannot be protesting in the street. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. That's your agenda. That's what you want. That's how you want to run the country. There are reservations that we have, but that's what you want. So we can fight it. We can fight what you want. You wanted Rachel Kuhn as speaker. We did all of what we could. At the end of the day, you made Rachel Kuhn speaker. That your agenda, we can fight what you want. We'll have our reservation, but we can fight it. Same thing we told you. If you want Rachel Kuhn as speaker, no problem. That's your agenda, but do it the right way. You understand it, Alexa? Do it the right way. You don't want Ministry of Transport to do vehicle registration and other issues. That's your agenda. That's what you want. That's why you want to reflect under your record as president of Liberia under a United Party regime. But do it with due diligence. Take into consideration all of the different technical issues attached to this whole operation. Because once the country is noisy, the place is not stable, with protests, drivers having reservation, all of these things happening, the very concessionaire you have, they will not be comfortable doing business. The LTM people might not be comfortable doing business in the country because their concession cannot have too many noise around it. So don't be scheming on the concession. That's how it appears to me. You give somebody a concession, and officials of your government passing undercover, to be inciting people against the very concession, it shows that you are not determined. If you don't want to give LTM the contract, take it from them. Let the contract let Transport Ministry resume her role as the issuer of driver licenses and vehicle registration, and let the country move on. If you don't want Transport to do it, find means and settle the employees. You can reassign them. You can recruit some of them and put them on the LTM. Put them in the LTM system, and the country moves on. We don't want to have these things happening daily. No, a responsible government should not operate that way. A responsible government should have every single technical detail settled, resolved before, moving on. Y'all do the thing to the bosses. I kept naming it. All the things you guys did it. You try it when it choke you go back. You try it, choke you go. The government can keep operating on try and error. No, laboratory is not an experiment. They play not science laboratory where you can try it. If it's not work, you put it back. No, you should know what you're doing. You guys, you guys keep bragging that you are a responsible government. That your notebook. You're not play talk government in power again. You're not sharing government in power. You're not uneducated people government in power. So seeing that the book Jimmy in power, do the job the book Jimmy way. Do the job the book Jimmy way. How you say that? You take one decision, you finish, you come out, you undermine the same decision you're making. It doesn't make sense. If you are not prepared to give LTM their contract, go back to the Ministry of Transport and let our people go back to work. If you insist on LTM managing the affairs of traffic management in this country, then it's very simple. Very simple. If you insist on LTM managing the traffic in this country, go and settle the score you have to settle as transport and let the people do their job in peace. If you don't want them to do the job and you're scheming on them, be bold and tell them, say, "Look, my man, we may have done XYZ, but we not want you." Let them know if they can take you to court, they will take you to court. At the end of the day, what we need is an act of responsible leadership being displayed by you. They want you on right now. Where some senators in the House have interest in the Ministry of Transport, some senator there got interest in other entities. All that one, they will not going to help. What will help is when they drive us, the government, the Ministry of Transport people, and the very LTM, when all of them can have their own fair share of the deal. The way that can happen is for the responsible government to go into play. So I ain't going to say more on it. As time will go on, there were protest action today. We got to analyze those information the protesters brought forth. We got to reach out to people from the Ministry of Transport to know what's up. As we were on the radio, Alexa, somebody just texted me that the employees from Transport Ministry ran the minister out of the building. Yeah, and he had to go to, one entertainment play. The driver got to go save him. We have to verify that information. It's funny, right? But it should not be. It should not be. A responsible government should not proceed this way. Should not that all of us sitting there that y'all say that your government say you want to take the Transport Ministry job and give it to LTM. So fine, that's your business. That's what you want. It is your government choice. All the things the government want, the government can get it now. The government sat down here and say, we now set them for CDC to produce speaker. The government ran behind it and they removed Funati. Even if they had to take them line off Funati, said that he don't want to burn the Capitol building, they had to do so because they wanted it. They went for it and they got it. And you say you want Transport Ministry people to be the one to get document anymore and you won't give it to LTM, that's your choice. But when you're going for it, do it in a way that it will not embarrass you, the government. It will not also embarrass the very LTM and the people who are at the Ministry of Transport. That's where the wisdom should come in. That's why the whole issue of if I get 42 years of wisdom, if I get 100-year wisdom, that they play the wisdom on go. Wisdom is the ability of human being to make wise decisions in the midst of complexity. Yeah, and the situation is a complex one. You start riding LTM, people motorway in your convo. And that's how the motorway and the policemen bluffing all day with LTM carding all over the place. Yeah. So yeah, you spending the concession money, you eating the people money, you doing everything. Then at the same time, people in your government coming undercover to keep subverting the very thing that you agree on. So you can be scheming on the employee at the Ministry of Transport, then you scheming on LTM people and scheming on the Liberian people. No, the government is now a BM entity. Government is to serve openly. That thing you're doing and a crooked in your own. You can please the three actors in the deal. No, you can please everybody like that. Through scheming. You gotta be real, you gotta be authentic to your decisions. And you know what, LTM? Find the money where the boy with the motor, where they in the car and where the girl, pay them and let them go. No, it's serious. Pay them off all the money where they give you, the car and the motor, where the boy, where your police people using, and the uniform where they say they'll buy for you, give it back. If you don't want to use them, give it back. They will go by the Ministry of Transport, we'll raise our money and buy it. If you want to use them, then go to the Ministry of Transport and solve the problem there. Solve it. Solve it. We can be crying every day, say we want investor. Your own affair investor, what you go bring? The investor got investment, and the whole country is not sure about it. No, negotiate that investment from a mature perspective. will not be advising you because you know it all. But at the end of the day, whether LTMO, whether Ministry of Transport, whatever the situation will be at the end of the day, we are asking for the government to be responsible enough. If President Bouaka want LTM, yeah, as we can see that he wanted, yeah, owing to the fact that he is yet to veto anything, he is yet to have any hold on it. But let's say you saw when Bouaka went there, Kung as speaker, even though Supreme Court rules say Kofa is the real speaker, he still kept the police behind Kung. So, I mean, there is a record to show that anything President Bouaka, will want in this country, he will get it. So, if he didn't want LTM, even when LTM won't beat people hanging to the office, they will get agreement. Trust me, Alessa. People will say we're going to travel ministry to Selita to be doing paper. That they are not going there and they're going to ask these shows that the president is in support of the people. So, when you got investors who you give your country to, your country responsibility to, regardless of the reservation expressed by Liberians, you would need to protect that investor. If you can protect the investor, then you cancel their deal and return it to the statutory entity responsible for transport activities. Anything other than that, you're scheming on the people. And not good. The government sort of scheme, that BM sort of scheme. That BM, the black money people that didn't want sort of scheme. And so I'm not going to say more on it, because by the time LSI is done, we got to go and talk about President Bouaka's admittance to this issue of how you call this thing, hardship in the country. But as I hand over to her, the message is very clear. You give the people a concession against all the reservations. You say, oh, Lord, we don't care. LTM won the contract, we give it to them. That's what you did. So allow them to function. Allow them to roll through. Create the opportunity for them to survive and do the job that you gave them. That you gave it to them, it's not us. That you gave it to them, it's not us. But if you can't create that opportunity, then return it to the Ministry of Transport. It's simple. We're not going to demand you to do what? I mean, to do one particular thing. The options are available. Either you stick to the man who you want to get to, or you return it to the Ministry of Transport. But the country cannot remain noise. That's my position. Alexa, after you quickly, then we go to other topics.
Okay, so I'm not going to waste a lot of time on this. Yeah. But I think, Oliver, even in our daily life, before a decision is made, before an agreement is reached, there are different discussions that are held. And when the discussions are being held, there are different factors to consider. So you wouldn't just sit back and be like, we're taking this as face value. And after taking that as face value, you go ahead and say, yeah, you can start operating. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't take a single day to review a concession agreement. No, it doesn't take a single day. Mm-hmm. Sometimes there are people who go behind the scenes to investigate, just to do, different processes to make sure this is exactly what the government wants. And the government is being decisive in making sure this agreement is favorable. So when that is done, then you talk about operation. I'm saying this to me, no responsible government will not reach an agreement, yet they will give, green light to a particular company to start to operate. No, it is not possible. You will go into different discussions. The government will be like, hey, yeah, we understand this is exactly what we want. We're signed. And, whatever clauses that are in that contract or that concession, the government is like, yeah, we agree. And you move forward to start to operate. So I'm sure this responsible government, as they're called, they did all these things, probably. And the Liberia Transport Management, traffic management, by the way, they started to operate. If you drove around Cinco, maybe last week, I'm sure you saw some of their cars around. They were already operating, and there were different views on the social media with, samples of driver license and all that. So clearly, they were given the green light to start. So it is clear that the government initially agreed to have this company to operate in Liberia after signing a contract or after signing the entire concession agreement. After a few days, different story. And you said something about the government of Liberia is not honest to Liberians. They're not honest to the Liberia transport traffic management.
They're not honest.
I think
to even transport ministry people.
Yeah, I understand all those things.
Mhm.
I think the government of Liberia is not even honest to themselves.
That's why it is. Because even
You're-
people.
You're not. It's more like you're doing add and drop. And today you agree to add one of the courses. Tomorrow you'll be like, no, I don't want this.
Or better still,
And it is not supposed to be that way.
eating your cake and still wanting to have it.
It is not possible.
Yeah, that's what it is.
If you think you still have reservation, go back. And whatever you're supposed to do, do it.
Simple.
But the fact that you've already told the people, hey, go ahead and do what you got to do, you can start to operate in Liberia. So for me, my concern now is basically citizens, Oliver.
Mhm.
There are people who want to register their vehicles. There are people whose, driver licenses are already expired and they want to go ahead to renew all of these different things.
With all of this confusion,
Now the question is, where do I go?
I mean, they want to go to traffic
Where do
management.
I go? Do I go back to the Ministry of Transport,
Mhm.
or do I go to the traffic management? So that's a confusion somewhere. Also, Liberians are already stranded in the streets because you don't have a car to drive you somewhere. Some of the taxi drivers, some of the different commercial vehicles, they already do not have proper documents because they have to go back and register. They have to go back and renew. So Liberians are in the street. They're just walking up and down, walking back and forth. And then we have the government of Liberia just confusing people. You were not elected to have Liberians confused. No, you were not elected to have Liberians just being in the middle of whatever agreement that is yet to work out. That was not the deal. That was not it. You have fooled Liberians a lot from a lot of different things you promised to bring. Oliver shortlisted the 285 Earth movie equipment, the Nicotech, the yellow buses, and the list goes on. The list goes on, saying, "Oh, vehicles will not get stuck, in mud or whatever."
Then you come back
You
again. You come
said
back
a lot of
you
things
say
to
10
Liberians.
tire trouble and power on the same
When
road.
a government is responsible,
Stop being
that
irresponsible.
government doesn't continue to say we're responsible. No, responsible can be telling you are too
We
responsible.
should see it from your action.
We see what you display. We see you display responsibility.
If you didn't plan to give LTM the contract, you need not to sign it with them.
So you know what I sense? I think people are really in haste to make news.
Mhm.
People are in haste to just present a picture to Liberians that the country is moving in the right trajectory where everything is working out. Factually, even if different sectors are doing well, you don't expect everything to be 100%.
That's correct.
So, Mr. Boakai, we are asking you, along with your government officials, to please go back to your drawing board and do what you're supposed to do. We cannot be confused now. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to go renew my document and I don't know where to go. Like I'm confused at this point.
So
I don't know where to go.
So there is registration going on at traffic management to SKD. Transport ministry people are protesting. Now we don't know whether if we go to SKD and we go
If
register,
it's going to work out.
whether after 2-3 months they will not come by and say, you know what, traffic management ain't got contract again. It coming to
Everything
transport
is,
ministry. So even if the government will say you got to go back and go rectify your
Some of the- yeah.
registration, it's gonna put citizens in a lot of burden,
We don't have to do
unnecessary
that way.
burden, like the
It's not.
the national ID situation.
Yeah.
Where people already started processing the different places. At the end of the day, say, "Oh, y'all stop it, this and that." Some people look. If you're not
We
serious
have-
for
we have to be
anything,
serious.
if you're not serious to take any decision, don't take it.
One of the bad things
Don't take it.
for a government to have, or one of the characteristics, is to be indecisive.
Yeah.
If we do that, then I'm not sure we'll go anywhere.
The people should know that the government is not doing this.
If we say we're not doing it, we're not doing it, we're doing it.
So please, before we go to the lines, the first two topics, we'll have to talk about it. Then when we come back, we'll talk about President We are suffering issue. President. Sorry, President We are is not in power anymore. We'll go back to President Boakai. President Boakai. yeah.
I know.
Babeda is it? So we'll go back to President Boakai's admittance of suffering in the country. It has to be exclusively dealt with, and that's why we don't want to mix it with this conversation. But please, we were sitting here in the country. We knew transport ministry to be the ministry who can do vehicle registration, and I won't come here and take the people job. and you give it to another company. The company got a contract. President Baka okay, and he agreed. Gregory Coleman okay. In fact, they carry President Baka to the people, yeah. And others says
He did a tour.
says motorway the added
Yeah.
to a convoy.
There was a whole video.
Plus some card into the police people and different thing and jacket, everything. So you outside there, you talk to people materials. And you still got people in the government who trying to subvert the people contract. And I'll tell you to take Ministry of Transport contract and give it to different people. No, we didn't tell you to do so.
You enjoy my sweat, then you say no.
You sat here by yourself. You sat as a government and you said, look, we are the government. We got one Ministry of Transport, but we not want to use it anymore. We'll take their function and responsibility and give it to a different company. You sat here as a government. You made that decision. Nobody beat you. Nobody forced you. Nobody gave you caned you or whatever. You were not under duress. You willfully decided to give that arm of the government to LTM. You can't eat your cake and have it. You finish giving that responsibility, then some of your men in Kohu with senators and representatives of Capitol Hill will be instituting measures to cause instability in the country. I mean, just stop it. Stop. If you're not serious about a particular contract, don't sign it. If you sign it, live up to it. That's why your government won. If not, go back to the Ministry of Transport and get people that job. You can get people confused on both sides now. I mean, you don't have that ability. You're not God. That God can make people rich and make people poor. And the government should not be confusing people. You confusing travel management. They don't even know whether they will really do their work. And travel management people too. They say we get concession, but people not satisfied.
What do we do?
They're hard in worry. Then travel ministry too. That got the statutory mandate. They're not satisfied because people not bringing driver lesson to them again. It's because the government is indecisive. That's why Alexa said the government is indecisive.
Of course.
When you are indecisive as an administration, it becomes a problem. So President Baka should call his men together. The guy who feel that if that thing go this side, they will not eat. And the men who feel that when you come on this side, they will not eat. You got to put them together and tell them, say, okay, listen, all the side will go on, we'll find food for you. Send that food you want. Or you stick to your position, you ain't got to get food from the thing. Because all we see here are greed. All we see the guys do is about personal self. It's about manipulating the system for personal benefit. And in the coming days, we'll call some senators who we know got personal ties to the Ministry of Transport. We'll also call other people who we know got personal ties to the very company and other places. Hey, we could do that. But it's not going to have the conversation. All we are asking is for the president to take charge. President Baka, if you want LTM to operate in this country, stand your ground as the president and ensure that it is done. Go to the Transport Ministry and settle all the problems you should have settled there. Then we're good in this country. If you don't want LTM to operate, get in their cars, get in all of the money and everything when they not get to the government.
It will not work.
No, I mean, if it can't work now, then you give the people then you give them what is in their concession.
You don't have any car and profit around if you did.
Then you give them what is in their concession. You can eat your cake and have it. It's like you rent the house out to, Elisa, you rent your house to the people then. What if boy in the hotel you can't say, excuse me, I want to have my daughter's birthday party in your living room. Man, you rented the house already. You got no dealing with that house until the rent is over. You got no dealing with it. Be a responsible landlord for God in heaven's sake.
Rent somewhere else for your child's
go rent
party.
Somewhere else.
Or use your own space where you live.
Yeah, rent somewhere else. That's what you want to do. How can you rent out the house, then your other boys children coming from behind you, the other boys children coming from behind you, intimidating the tenants. They play like my papa here, boy. You also be here.
Imagine.
The man gave your papa money. Your papa knew he hired you people as his children. He knew you people ain't got a house to stay, but he rented the only house that he built to other people. So you come out and you won't put the people outside in the house. It doesn't make sense. Two things: let him come out and get the people their money. They will leave your house. Then you'll go live in your house alone. But you can't get confusion all in the yard. Your papa holding the people rent. He holding their money. Then the children fighting, the tenants. But he there, he not talking.
And he knows exactly what's happening.
He's aware that he in your pocket has money rent money there. That in your pocket. His children adding rule on the tenants, but he's not talking, he's quiet. No, come on, we can't do the content like that. The commercial, yeah, look at the whole and say, well, that people ain't that hard, the journey. They put in that zero. I mean, people can refer to our country as a country that is not serious, man. I mean, people can do that. So please, Mr. Bwaka, Honorable President, if you need LTM, stand your ground and ensure that LTM get their contract. If you don't need them, do the honorable thing. Return their gifts, return their concession, packages, and that's it. Simple. Simple. Instead of the noise all over the country like this, there is a whole simple thing. Josiah Joker keep arguing that he got plenty knowledge about moving Silver 7 here and there. Joker can't and get 270 moving from the Ministry of Transport. Reassign them. And you're bringing some old bosses from India. Send one over to NTA. Elisa, send one over to NTA. Send one over to FDA.
But that's the best way.
These are Silver 7s.
Because we're asking about an alternative.
Because the people who are protesting, their issue is they risk the possibility of losing their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
They think with traffic management, maybe around January 2026, the government will say, look, you know what? We ain't got money to pay you again. And that's a fear. That's why they're protesting. So you got to solve that problem. You have to solve it.
And that's exactly where we started this whole conversation from.
Yeah. These people serve the country. They serve the country so well. They serve the country so well that you don't need to flush them out of the system. No, you don't need to flush those Ministry of Transport people. Regardless of who they voted for during election, that's their business. You don't need to flush them out of the system. So all you need to do, call Josiah Joker, reassign the people in the different government ministry and agency. You solve that problem right there with employee. They will not come on the road to call no, because you sort of be signing into Watch Commission. You will not be doing transport. In fact, you don't transport man anymore. You're not on transport payroll anymore, so you ain't got no dealing with transport business. Then it will be between the driver now and traffic management and the courts to know how much somebody is supposed to pay and do all the other one. But you can't eat your cake and have it. You can't get a book concession and you turn around, you're picking and going all undercover and doing stuff. No, it's not a good thing to do. So we'll take this quick break, which is very essential. Star 255 star 1 hash. We'll take this quick break, which is very essential. Star 255 star 1 hash. When we come back from that break, we'll take a few calls on the guy who died. Sorry, Alexa, I keep making the same mistake. The guy who juked himself with knife.
Who attempted to take his own life.
Yes, I don't know what the status of his situation right now, but he juked himself with knife. In simple Liberian English, because according to the community people, he said he was suffering. So we'll take this quick break. When we come back from this break, we'll go to the lines. But before then, we'll check in our box and know whether somebody win money there. If somebody win money there, we go directly and pay the person off. That's what we will do. Let's take this quick break to be right back.
Stopping ground and make a peace for them before. Stop on Liberia, from the center to interior. Keeping us safe, let's stop it for all.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own Omen Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it for all. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for.
Okay, all right. So welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. Let's see if somebody winning money here again. Let's go and see if we can get a person some money. Then we go to the lines and take the first batch of calls. Okay, so star 255 star 1 hash is the code to play. Only $50 LD, please. You're using $100. Only $50 LD. Only $50 LD. $50 LD, and when you lock it, you could win for yourself 4,000, 5,000, or 10,000 Liberian dollars. Let's go and call this person and see how much he or she received. Yeah, let's go and call this person. Okay, the phone is ringing. I hope that person will pick up. Star 255 star 1 hash quickly. Star 255 star 1 hash quickly. Let's see if this person will pick up. Let us see if this person will pick up. Please pick up your phone. It is important. Hello.
Yeah.
How are you, sir? My name is KOK. I call you from Freedom Radio Liberia, sir. You play the cash giveaway, and our system reflect that you are a winner. Did you receive your winning prize?
I'm not checking yet.
No, please check your phone. Is it possible to check your phone while we are on the call?
I'll call you back.
Okay, please call us back and tell us how much you received. But you are a winner. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Okay, once you receive it, call us back, my brother. Okay, so yeah, that's our winner. He said he wants to check, and once he's done checking, he will do it. We're about to go to the lines. 086 500 104 0776 104 104 are the numbers to join the conversation. Plus 231 86 500 104 is the WhatsApp number. I'm clear with this thing, and it's very simple. President Bwaka, your government give traffic management people their concession. If you don't want them, have that concession ticket from there and give it to the transport ministry. The country too noisy, we can't have it happening. No, the government must be decisive for once. The government must be decisive for once. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yeah. You see your phone?
I'm 1,000?
Oh.
4,000. Okay, congratulations, my brother. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, we leave you right there. Yeah, that's one of the other winners from the winners box. 4,000, he said he received as a result of playing the cash giveaway on star 255 star 1 hatch. But like I said, give it up. Give it up. You understand that? Give it up. Don't be doing it like this. Don't be doing it. If you won't get it for the contract. If you are not prepared to run the contract with the people, take it from them. You can't eat your cake and have it. Let's go to the first person and talk to them quickly. We got to return to the other topic. Hello, how are you?
Hello, good afternoon. Okay.
Good afternoon, my brother. What's your name? Where you join us from?
This is Lucien calling from USA.
Go ahead, Lucien. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah. Thank you, KOK, for the education, and thank you for the show. And I want to say hi to Alyssa. Hello. Yeah, KOK, whatever happening in our country right now should not be something that should be surprising to the Liberian people. You see, KOK, when you think that you're digging hole under someone, you have to know that someone else will dig hole under you. Jonathan Yumabokai never come to power to really free the Liberian people, KOK. They came to power just to pull stress over the Liberian people problem. They knew that they couldn't do anything. They didn't have no plan. But because they were not in power yesterday, so they say everything that was being done yesterday was wrong. And now, when you look at the country and you see what they are doing, it's even worse than what they were complaining yesterday. They said people were in government, they were not inept, they were not competent, they were not professional, and all those adjectives they use. But look at our country, okay? And the more unfortunate one is that we had an elderly person who is the president for our country. We expect him to think about unifying the country, bring people together, signing deal that will be able to elevate the Liberian people, finding ways so young people that on the streets should have opportunity to grow. But no, unfortunately, it's on the contrary of all what they say. And we knew this thing going to happen, KOK. That's why what's going on in the country is happening as it is.
Okay, all right.
I didn't come to solve problem, but just to add problem onto problem.
Okay.
But thank you for the time.
Thank you. We leave you right there. Let's talk to the other person quickly. We'll take 6 more of these calls, then we go to the next discussion. Go ahead. 1 minute. How are you?
This is Dominic Walla. I'm calling from Clarendon.
Go ahead, Dominic. Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, you see, every institution should have policies as division of labor. So all of these, there should be technocrats in all of these agencies in government. So when it comes to this kind of issue, the technocrats should get to work and recommend to the leadership, that is the president. So, okay, Mr. President went to work, this is how we cast it, and then how we in the Congress is wrong when it comes to this policy. So the expertise are there, they say they are the best. So why is the president not really so when we have the experts? So I think the government should go back to the drawing table and make sure those expertise come on board so that the country will move forward.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's what it is. You get the people the contract, you get them the concession, allow them to do their job. If not, take it back to transport ministry. You can't be confusing as a government. No, the president got to be decisive. You got to be decisive. On this one will make you to be decisive, chief. You have to be. Yeah, no beating around the bush. You can rent your heart and still be disturbing the tenants. Let's talk to the other person. Hello, 1 minute. How are you?
How you doing, brother?
We're great, my dear brother. Quickly.
Yeah, my brother, if you go to the guy talking about, I don't know what it is. It's a street drug routine. If you go to that vehicle, you know what they company come start to hack.
Okay.
Well, if you go to drugs routine, drug the company, the criminal, what the drug routine. You know how long it is been back in go? They got back cycle everything. You want people, but people for people.
I know.
I'm surprised to see.
I know. President Weah saw all of those things. He did not implement it. He said, "Look, I'm not going to touch it." That President Bouaga said he won't touch it.
We don't want to people. You know how many people went back in? Dr. Hart, we never get AEG where to come down there. We don't want that in vehicles. Yeah, the AEG was definitely. Yeah, well, I'm surprised when you see church, but you don't even know what going on. You see that, all the season. You know what happened?
Okay. All right, my brother. Thank you. We'll leave you right there. Let's talk to J. Randy Dapo from the U.S. Go ahead, Mr. Dapo. Let's hear you.
Hey, KOK, what's up?
We're great.
I will just say the thing before I finish my thought. You know, President Bouaga had just been jealous of George Weah, and he couldn't save that jealousy just to become president. That's the first thing I want to bring people to understand. The second thing, he never came to power with any plan. And, you know, I know you're going to talk about that later, but let me just put some salt on the season.
Mm-hmm.
After 1 year and almost 10 months to come back and say that he's going to put an ad hoc committee together, what happened to the arrest agenda? I mean, Oliver, if you come in to work for you and say, Ronald, you assigned to Alexa, yeah, your expectation here. And then in the end, after my grace period, then Alexa tell you, say, oh, I don't think Ronald able to job. Then you say, okay, you know what? Since we brought Ronald on, let's go and find some people out there to come and work with him so we can decide what went wrong. That's not leadership, that's incompetence. But lastly, they choose Joga, man. Is he choose Bouaga government AR or what? Because every time he need coming Sunday, he can just become fucked up.
Okay.
You know, excuse my French. So I'll be calling back for the second conversation.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll leave you right there. Let's go and take the last two callers on this topic, and we're going to be very clear with it. You give LTM a concession. If you cannot live up to that concession, cancel A. No. Cancel A. If you can live up to it, cancel A. But you can give them concession, and you have people in your own system running after the very concessionaire and stopping them from working. I mean, that's BM operation. You don't do that to the country. And you knew you were not satisfied with LTM, you should have kept the operation at Transport Ministry. But you give it to the people, then some officials passing undercover, you know, and creating subversive moods. I mean, decisions that will undermine the people operation. No, you're not correct. You can't want to get the people car with you, then you don't want to do the job. That's not possible. No. Get a car back, cancel that deal, and we go back to our transport. We come right here, rest our station will be doing our registration here. Simple. If not, do what you sign. This person, let's hear you quickly. We take one more from the international line. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, how are you, Oliver? Thank you. Let me say hi to say Alexa. This is headphone. You know that Bouaga don't want it, but this one going to choke Bouaga. Because you will eat money from everybody, but you are eating this one at the wrong time. Because he overlooked the sector that they were playing with. Okay? These are the guys that run the day activities of the country. When you talk about running the government, it's on the shoulder of the transport ministry. So if you think that you will go, you take money, they get a share, they get all police RG share, they get all police share, then they come and pump over and think it say, those that drive their car around to be able to survive, they will sit there and give you easy ride. So as you have seen, the only thing they can do, my man, will not eat all, but we can get some by and not easy now to operate here because you can't do that.
Okay.
How do you tell me to register my car? I should be looking for $340 in just 1 year. Where am I going to raise that from?
Okay.
How do you think our information is placed in the foreigner hands? How can it work?
Okay.
So everywhere transportation is paralyzed today, no car going, no car coming, so they got to go back on their decision. and do the right thing because they attach the wrong sector in the country and want to jump in, they cannot reverse that decision. Thank you.
We leave you right there, my dear brother. Two ways. When you ban on giving the contract to LTM, you got to create the environment for LTM to operate. If not, revert to status quo. This person, you're the last on this topic. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
My name is Kevin from Kwara.
Go ahead, from DC City.
You know,
Okay, we leave you right there, and that would do it. That would do it for the conversation here on 87.9. We'll take our break. When we come back from the break, we'll talk about President Boubacar's admittance to hardship being in the country. That conversation will last a greater part of this week. And that's why we're starting it on the second segment. As we submit on this topic, you gave LTM a contract to run the affairs of vehicle registration, driver license issuance, and all of the stuff against several reservations from other Liberians. You didn't listen to us. You didn't listen to other critical Liberians. You say it was the best decision you were taking. You went through it. You did everything. You had all of your due diligence in place. Good. Granted. Fine. That's what your government wants. At the end of the day, you are under obligation to live up to your concession. You can get a people concession, and why the people won't work, and you got some of your ministers manipulating the system, conniving with some senators, and trying to undermine the very people. So that two ways, you can keep riding the people cars, you riding the people motorbike in your convoy, the people start giving some of your people uniforms, police uniforms, and supplying tow truck all over the country doing this. You can do all of that, and you still won't be kicking the people behind the scene. The president should pull all his boys together, that he's cheering and running around and confusing us in Liberia right now. So call your cheering and tell them, my cheering, I want LTM here. You all should stop fighting it. Good. Then we all understand what it is in the country. But you can be you were LTM and you were transport ministry. Who you want confused? The citizen? You have to choose. You got to choose. You can be serving God, you serving devil. Choose one side. Judgment Day, they will know where to put you. What I will put you in fire, will send you heaven. Oh, you won't be with LTM? You won't be with Ministry of Transport? No, the government should be decisive. The government should tell us where they are. And the bigger mistake you made as a government, because I know, Alexa, although we are done with this topic, I know that the government had conversation with LTM, and LTM told them we can hire all the people from Ministry of Transport. I'm aware that conversation happened. I mean, administratively, that conversation happened. And apparently the government said, oh, we know that one. When you go to the negotiation table and the critical issues are raised, when you say we handle that one, you must be able to handle it in practical sense. Oh no, I want to handle it as a government. So the way you should have handled it as a government was to go to Ministry of Transport and let the people, all the directors and other people there. They are civil servants. Redistribute them to the various ministry and agencies. They go with their same salary, they go with their same rank or equivalent. Then you solve the problem on that side. Then you can start working on it, because you don't want to say motel or drive lesson and get to the new company that you say it, not us say it. So whatever decision that you took, you gotta live by it. If you can live by it, revert to status quo. And that's all we can say about this issue. Star 255 *1# is the code to win some money. We have already called several other people who have won their own portion of the money. You could be the next person. Star 255 *1#. It's just 50 LD to play. Let's take this break to be right back on 87.9.
My brother, God can bless anybody.
Win big today with Win Liberia on Freedom FM. Yes, for just $100 Liberian dollars or 50 cents United States dollars. You can win from 4,000 Liberian dollars up to 10,000 Liberian dollars. And for $200 Liberian dollars or $1 United States dollar on Japa days, you can win from 15,000 Liberian dollars, 50,000 Liberian dollars, 100,000 Liberian dollars, and up to 1 million Liberian dollars. For these amazing prizes, dial star 255 *1#. Again, dial star 255 *1#. The more you play, the better your chances. It's
Win Liberia cash giveaway on Freedom FM.
Okay, so welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. Crime Stoppers Liberia, Win Liberia are all great sponsors of Freedom Communications Incorporated in our aligned programs. Alexa, the president, your president, mine president, our president, the president of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Yomai Boakai, JMB. Listen to what he said on July 26th. Let's listen.
Let's have
it. God's command. But let me be clear. There is still much more to do. While our country and our economy is making steady progress, our domestic revenue remains limited, and many families continue to feel the weight of high prices. Transportation costs are too high. The prices of flour, sugar, and other essential goods continue to be a burden. Building materials are still expensive, making it hard for ordinary Liberians to construct houses and businesses. This contradiction, where import costs have fallen, yet market prices remain high, requires urgent attention. Therefore, I am establishing a high-level presidential ad hoc committee to investigate these disparities and recommend practical solutions for our immediate efforts.
Okay, all right. So I want you guys to take your time and listen to what the president was saying. I want you to take your time and listen to what he was saying. Please. I don't want us making fuss. All of us on the show, I don't want us making fuss. So I want you to take your time and listen to what he was saying. Today I want Wusin Care who should call. He's gonna call again. When we were talking about the country suffering, the people suffering, the country things hard, thing prices going up, Wusin there and other people will be causing noise in this place and telling us how the country is not high, this and that. The old lady said that God beating them so. Abraham Mesale then that God beating them, so I still remember that thing very well. Today, President Waka is admitting that the country high. Apparently, because some people around here already told him, say, Papi, that thing on here is you. Apparently, they told him. Apparently, people told him that the country is raw, is blue. Things are extremely difficult. Maybe he has understood. Apparently, the people around him told him, say, Mama, Papi, that thing what we're talking, say, I said my man because most of the people are around, so maybe they can call him my man. But the younger one will say, Papi. Apparently, they say, Papi, that thing will say, Joey or something in the country. I want only real. We got to do something. And I'm not going to beautify this. And am I going to dignify this admittance of suffering? Because you know why? Alexa, small chatter. When you step on somebody, then you tell them it's sweet. Then when you notice that the person getting angry and they want to do something to you, then you tell them sorry. That sorry that's not a sincere sorry. It's fake, yes. That particular sorry, what you say down there, has no meaning, it has no bearing. It is hypocritical, it is fake. I don't even know how to say it. That's what I see this admittance to be. And I'll tell you why. We'll play a video to why we're saying what we're saying. But enjoy yourself. Listen to the Papi. Listen to the Papi. Listen to him.
The prices of flour, sugar, families continue to feel the tree, and our economy is making steady progress. Our domestic revenue remains limited, and many families continue to feel the weight of high prices. Transportation costs are too high. The prices of flour, sugar, and other essential goods continue to be a burden. Building Materials are still expensive, making it hard for ordinary Liberians to construct houses and businesses.
Okay. So the president finally, the president agreed with us that the country he is running is hard. Finally, our president has agreed with us that the country he's running is hard. When we were playing these things, we were playing Liberians expressing how difficult the country is. His supporters will come after us. They will come and tell us how we are lying to the people. We're not lying government. These are some of the things we were playing, and they said we were joking. Huh? These are some of the things we were playing when they were accusing us of joking and misrepresenting the facts. Yeah, we're trying to play some for you. We're trying to play some for you. Hopefully those videos will load. But we said it, yeah. We didn't hide it. We said it. And today the president is admitting.
Everything the president said in his speech on Independence Day, I'm not sure those words were screamed, right? Because in different terms, those were basically the same things he said to Liberians before he ascended to the presidency. Because he said Liberians were suffering on a daily basis.
Oh, yeah.
Liberians were unable to afford a simple meal, in other words. So this is not something new. One would have thought the president, was going to find a better way to handle or to tackle all these different issues before being sworn into office.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Because if you campaigned, you told Liberians, hey, you were suffering. You told Liberians, hey, the government of the day at the time was not doing exactly what they were voted to do for Liberians. You had the best solutions to all of the problems.
Why is it taking time?
That means you had already put together solutions to the problems in Liberia.
Even before you started, before you started appointing your people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So one would have thought this government of Mr. Joseph Yuma Boakai would have come to the Liberian people with solutions. The first year, you will start to handle some of the different things, especially with the prices of goods and services. You will start with the thing about importation and all that, because this is not something new. We've always heard about this.
You knew what you were walking into. You knew what you were walking into.
So just saying that now we're in 2025, 2024 last year, now we're 2025. So I don't know exactly if this was to make Liberians happy that the president understands exactly what's happening out there. I do not know exactly, the people who put the speech together, if that was the rationale behind it. Because before Joseph Yuma Boakai became Liberia's president, he appeared on different platforms.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it was traditional media platforms or whether it was, at different rallies, he appeared there and he talked to Liberians. He told them what they were going through, even though some of them knew exactly what was going on in Liberia at about that time. So he already presented himself as a person who was, a solution sample. He was already, at a point where he had all his people together. They knew exactly what they were going to do if they were, elected, and some of the people who were appointed as well.
That's right.
So all of his ministers, whether from commerce, from, information, from transport, public works, everybody got to this government ready, experienced, sophisticated, and educated to handle the problems Liberians are faced with. So for the president to just go there on 26th day, Independence Day, and start to just explain some of the problems that he is now constituting, or just putting together a committee to go ahead and investigate so that they can be able to find a solution. I do not know where exactly that came from, because for me, I'm not impressed. If that was to impress Liberians, as a Liberian, I'm not impressed at all, because I know Mr. Joseph Boakai already knew the problems in Liberia, 100%. So what the president should have told us, some of the things that were to be listed in his speech, was to tell Liberians the progress being made, and what he's doing now to work on other challenges. Because the challenges he shortlisted, they're old ones. They're not new ones. No.
Good.
They're not new. So he should have told us about maybe drugs, for example. You know, we've worked hard as a government, as a country, to get rid of drugs in Liberia. That would have been something very impressive because people, people are basically just talking about this drug issues and all that. He should have also talked to us about the economy, how citizens can now afford building materials. Citizens can now afford, small money to buy food on a daily basis to eat. So we shouldn't be discussing this about importation and this and that. No, this should not be what. No, this is not it. This is not it. Exactly, this is not it. Mr. President, I don't know what your intentions are. I don't know exactly how, you got to a point where you had to tell Liberians on Independence Day some of the things that are happening, even though you knew those things 2 or 3 years ago before becoming Liberia's president. But now you're telling us a committee will be formed, or however you guys are going to call it, whether it is a committee, a task force, or whatever. You're going now to investigate. Investigate what?
What?
When Liberians are here, they're evidence. Liberians are pieces of evidence.
I'm looking for the video where he was at a cabinet meeting at the mansion and told the people, he told his ministers,
Liberians are happy within their hearts.
Thank you.
The president said that.
He said that he told his ministers. I'm looking for the video. I don't know why it slipped off. My.
He said that the Liberians are happy within their hearts.
Yes. They are happy. They are happy with what's happening in the country. That's what he said.
So why now are you saying
that's
the
what
country? Because what the president said, if you're going to just sum it up in one word, it means hardship. It means struggle, right? Because if you're saying, like you said, we wouldn't want to dignify, some level of admittance that the president is admitting, so the president is being fair.
No, that's not.
For me, I'm not going to go.
That's not fair.
I'm not going to go there.
The mere fact that he told us before that Liberians are happy, things are okay, that was totally insensitive to the plight of the people. To look at citizens complaining, and you know when President Bouaga made that statement, it was right after citizens started to express their frustration in the operation of the government. For example,
Liberians are happy.
For example, when we're playing these things, President Bouaga was there telling us that citizens were happy in their heart. I hope I can get that clip.
I've been wishing to talk to Spoon because Spoon fooled people in the book of Bouaga. Yes, Lord told me Harry, Lord told people that have been Harry 45 years experience. And see what's going on here. See what's going on here.
What's going on here? You want to lock the camera?
Very tough. Very tough.
When you say things are tough, what do you mean?
To get money, young man.
You want to lock the camera?
To get money. You see the term?
To get money high right now?
One. Yes. See the US rate. And the man with a 45 years experience, it's just a bluff. For nothing experience there. For nothing experience, Bouaga brought you to the people here. You see, when you see any silver police running behind you, taking your market, how people eat. Just my school coming open now. School just tell my school coming open. And I want for you to go and tell Bouaga, you're from school, you tell Bouaga, you should put your experience into use. Put your experience into use. We can see your experience. 45 years experience, my mom, our culture, you can see what it meant to white people.
But just finally, do you think?
Okay. So in the midst of all of these things we're saying, we're playing these people voices. United partisans were causing us in this country. Freedom Heaven can do yama yama. Freedom Heaven at bo. Freedom Heaven is there. Freedom Heaven is that. Freedom Heaven is there. It took the president now today. He can't tell us it. Team president are going high. Team producing that. President Bouaga, when we were alarming on these issues, your people took us to be jokers. Even you went to the mansion and you said how the country was okay. Today you're saying the country tough? This is not what Liberians expected. That's not what they expected. After 2 years, after your second Independence Day, we expect that you will start to announce good things to us. On Independence Day, we expected you to inform the Liberian people of the progress you are making as a leader. Instead of telling us how you're making the country better, this is what you are telling us.
Liberians to construct houses. Transportation costs are too high. Many families continue to feel the weight of high prices, our domestic revenue remains limited, and many families continue to feel the weight of high prices.
Can you imagine that? Many families continue to feel the weight of high prices. Mr. President, you have for the 2 years of governmental experience, your campaigners told us you were the best man for the job. They vilified George Weah. They told George Weah he was incapacitated to lead our country. They said Weah didn't have the technical know-how to run the affairs of the country. They play Weah left bag of rest, you took it up. They play he left bag of cement, you carry it up. They play he left steel raw, you have taken it up. They play he left gasoline, you have taken it up. They play he left almost everything. A report has shown that commodity prices have gone up by 12%. Basic commodity in the country prices have gone up by 12%. That's how we are deteriorating as a country. We didn't expect that a rescue government will be reporting to the affairs of the Liberian people on an Independence Day. Instead of counting progress, the president was there telling us the kind of suffering we're going through. You knew this. You talk about it since suffering during campaign. Close to 2 years, you still talking about suffering? Should we be discussing suffering? We should be discussing progress. You should be telling us that we have brought breast price down to this. We have brought cement price down to this. We have brought mattress price down to this. Not to be telling us that people can build their own houses. Why are you rescue president then? Why then are you rescue president? Why then are you rescue president when you will keep complaining about the situation? In fact, things are getting worse under you. If you had kept the prices to where George Weah left it, then we'll say, okay, no problem. But if George Weah left the prices, you went way up. That's why our song can say, where's the rescue? Now what Takun just said, tell me who you came to rescue now. Who you came to rescue? If you yourself name me all the bad things that are happening in the country, go ahead, name it.
Our domestic revenue remains limited, and many families continue to feel the weight of high prices.
Many families continue to feel the weight of high prices. Our president should be telling us that families can now go to the market with small money and come with plenty of commodities. That's what you should have told us. That's what we expected from you. That's what we expected from you, His Excellency, Mr. President. With all due respect, sir. That's what we expected from you. We thought, we anticipated, we were thinking, we were waiting for you to say, I have reduced the price of this. Family can now, instead of you telling us family can now go to the market with small money and come with plenty of goods, you're telling us family suffering because things prices high. That who made things prices to come down? That Joe Weah, that Ellen, that Charles Taylor, or my God, Dick Judy Bryant, and the other people from the other former president from the grave to come and bring things prices down. You are our president. When you complain, who will complain to? If you complaining to us, who then do we complain to? We didn't put you there. You don't tell us how you're doing it. Must you tell us which committee you're setting up to address hardship? The day we went to election on November 14 in a runoff and made you president in this country, it was the day we made you to go and solve our problem. Don't tell us how you're solving it. We need results. We need results. You appointed a minister of commerce. You appointed a minister of health, a minister of agriculture, with their deputy ministers and assistant ministers aligned. If they cannot solve the problem for you, that Jeremiah Kun will solve it. That Jeremiah Kun committee will solve a problem that people who got the technical specialty cannot solve. Where is your economic management team? I remember there were times in this country under George Weah when the country's economy was so terrible. It became difficult for the Weah administration to run things. That foreboding president, that Bukar Denso constituted an economic management team to look at the economic situation of the country and brought macroeconomic stability to our country. Amara Kone admitted that in 2023, the economy of the nation was stable. Amara Kone was your war room hero. He admitted that when George Weah was leaving in 2023, he left a stable macroeconomic situation in the country. You brought all of your Bojimi into power, all your Bo people, all your Harvard University people, all of your technical people you brought into power. At the end of the day, you are telling us, look at the thing you're telling us. Instead of telling us how the team price is going down, you're telling us how it's going up.
Our domestic revenue remains limited, and many families continue to feel the weight of high prices.
Then why are you president? Why are you telling us? What should we do? We must do your job. Constituting committee, Jeremiah Kuhn committee. What would that committee do? What would a committee with non-economic management experts do to solve the economic problems we are confronted with? And one thing you are refusing to understand, you people who are unity partisans, is the fact that when you play with the rule of law in any country, you play with the economy of that country. Look, when the Lebanese man sat down in his store with his 10, 15 container on the sea, you think the Lebanese people that when they in Labrador they get goods, Alexa? No, don't try it. You think that when they in Labrador they get shops and businesses? When the Lebanese man started to listen to the radio and read the newspaper and see that a speaker was illegally removed, political prisoners, people are politically arrested. You know, people are arrested from a partial perspective. Opposition political leader making some threatening statements, government official telling people say they'll bring Russian mafia to kill people, like what Majavate said, and other things happening. When those things start to happen, when the rule of law is under threat, investments all across the country can become vulnerable. The money they used to pump in the economy to make it stable, they will start to hold their money because nobody want to invest in a fragile area. That's why we kept telling you, hold on to democracy. Hold on to the rule of law. Stop breaking the laws. Stop breaking the law. Stop violating. Stop abusing tenure position. The law should be respected. When we used to say the law is the law, we were not stupid. We were not foolish people. We were sounding this caveat because we knew in the absence of the law being respected, in the absence of due process being adhered to, we knew 100% that we were up for trouble. Today, the effects of violating and disregarding constitutional order has packed in. The effect of allowing, lawlessness to prevail has reached the economic consequences. You think these things are happening? They are happening naturally? No. When the goods the man used to bring, and he used to bring 30 containers, and because of political fragility in the country, he would then decide, Alexa, instead of 30 containers every quarter, he'll start bringing 10 containers. Now, the more containers that man bring, the more profit he can make. So he doesn't have to sell higher. When the man start to take austerity measures by bringing small goods, it means you will have to keep the prices up because there will be a lot of. There are too many economic, indicators that track out what we are going through today, Mr. President. And you told us on the 30th for Alexa to go to a church. I'm gonna go to my church. Abu Shari go to a mosque for her to go pray for Liberia.
What are the prayer points?
This is not a prayer, Mr. President. We believe God, we trust God, we respect God, we adore Him. He's our omnipotent Father. We are nothing without Him. But at this level, no, don't do it to us. Don't do it to us. If so, Liberians would have told George Weah, say, my man, remain in the power, remain in your seat, let's pray. Oh, yes. If it was about prayer, Liberians would have told George Weah, remain in your seat, let's pray. It will get better. They remove him. That only you can be president before God listen to Liberia. No. They remove him. They put you there to solve. These are every problems that require every issues. Why you want the people to pray? Is it because you say even if we can dance with the devil to win, we'll do so? Is it because of that statement that you want us to pray? If that is, no problem. We can join you to pray. Because no leader should be dancing with devil to kind of power. Because when you dance with devil to come to power, when you go to the level of saying, even when we dance with devil to come to power, when you dance with devil to come to power, perhaps that's why the people are suffering. That's why we need prayers. And who knows how many prayers we need to do? Who knows what kind of devil you dance with? Who knows how powerful is that devil you dance with? I'm literally saying, Mr. President, all we are saying is take tougher decisions. Take tougher decisions. People are suffering. Things prices are going up. It's because money that you should have used to stimulate local business people, you're talking about 2 cars for $1.3 million. 2 bulletproof cars for $1.3 million. When Joe, we are already taking over 2 new cars to use. Yet and say you didn't want no cars. I thought a young boy president ought to be bluffing. Papa, you riding Lexus 2024 model. Lexus. Bulletproof. You're spending $1.3 million that should be giving macro loan or grant to farmers in Foya, farmers in Bokanjide, farmers in Yekepa, farmers in Seatown, Riverside. 1.3 million. You change it to LD, that plenty of money. Oh. $1.3 million US. Change it to LD, that plenty of money. Some farmer will get 30,000, some farmer will get 50,000, some farmer will get this 1,000, and those funds will help those farmers grow vegetable, they will grow pineapple, they will grow okra, they will grow the other thing there, bring it to town. It will stimulate the economy, but you alone riding inside from rehab to capital bypass, you riding in $1.3 million. Then you listening how we suffering in the country. Oh, you know we're suffering, you riding $1.3 million car? Your Excellency, sir.
Our country and our economy is making steady progress. Our domestic revenue remains limited, and many families continue to feel the weight of high prices. Transportation costs are too high. The prices of flour, sugar, and other essential goods continue to be a burden.
Okay. Mr. President, we're out of time. And we started the conversation today. Tomorrow we end it by the grace of God. But as we leave, I'm saying this to you, Chief. That prayer you said we'll do the other tomorrow. I'll tell you that people will not pray. Those who will listen to me, they will listen. Maybe unless I will tell them to pray. But I will tell them not to pray. Because we didn't send you there for prayers.
I want to know the prayer points.
That God save our economy, heal our country. That the prayer point? Heal our country, save the economy, reconcile us, make us united. That government make us united.
But you already launched a reconciliatory
that government make us united
program now. So.
That government make us united. That government make us united. You and President, we are living real high. You can speak to him. Then he say government make us to unite the country. Huh? That government make us united. That God should make us united. You live in rehab with President We are. You and President We are living rehab together. You can speak to him. And he said in the spirit of national unity and peace and reconciliation, you're not speaking to leaders of the country. You're running behind everything that doesn't agree with you. How kind of horse can get blessing, Elisa? You're in the community, you're not speaking to nobody in your yard. All the horses and what you're speaking to the people. How blessing will enter your horse? And you say that and say, we must pray. Papa, we must pray. Papa, we pray about people now in the country. We pray about people in the country, Papa. You should be telling us about the progress you are making in the country. Oh, yes. With this small family. Tomorrow we'll still deal with you. We'll still deal with the issues. But Mr. President, please, we're not praying. Yes, sir, we're not praying. We will want you to do the job. That is the job you ought to do. Please do it. We're not praying. We're not praying. No, we're not praying. When we go pray, we pray for our personal lives. We're not praying for the country on governance. You brought the best people to power. You brought the Bokjimis to power. You brought those with a big PhD and the whatever. They say you run a responsible government. We will pray for that irresponsible government. We can pray for Alexa. That childish government. We can pray for tearing government. It's not responsible government. How the government responsible? Then we'll pray for it again to succeed. When other government needed prayer, you were sponsoring protests. Hello? When other government went through their difficult moments, you were sponsoring protests instead of supporting national genuine reconciliatory endeavors. It reached your turn. We attend to prayer, ben. Prayer warriors. Blah, 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 blah. No, Chief. Your Honor said, with all due respect, Chief, we're not praying. We will not pray. We'll go pray. We'll pray for ourselves. We're not praying for country. It is your responsibility, and you will solve it. You are the president. You are our rescue father. Rescue one. Rescue one go tell rescue two. What now, 4 weeks gave what and say number one more money car from in the mud. That's 4 weeks. You driving standard car, you put a car in 4 weeks. In 4 weeks, you driving in the mud. Boom. 4 weeks gave what then you bring the car back to number one. You can drive standard, you know what I'm talking about. You bring the car to number one. How is that possible? So then you get what they call, then you say, Jamaica, what did Jamaica do? You just wasting our time. You're just wasting our time. In the country high, you understand the country? Sell the two car you get, 1.2 million, sell it. Start giving people loan. It will start from there. Then you cut your budget. You cut your budget. You criticize Joe. I say they were putting plenty of money in the NSA for NSA budget. The money your NSA operating in is almost times 2 of what Joe and Ellen was spending. Cut it off. Cut wasteful spending. You don't need to do it. Cut wasteful spending. You're spending a lot of money. You riding private jet that you criticize. How the country will not be high. You still riding private jet. Even to go low for the private jet can carry you. And we said that we should go pray for that one. There are certain things God will not listen to. We must pray. Eh?
But they have religious advisors.
Yeah.
Right? So
religious.
president, so they should be able to
I can't take religious advisors to you.
I know.
Yeah, I can't take religious advisors to you. We'll return here on tomorrow. And trust me, I'm hoping that Austin Kawa will do justice to this conversation tonight. But we'll return on tomorrow. Until then, have a wonderful time. God bless you, and bye-bye from our end. We'll take calls on tomorrow. We'll expand the conversation on tomorrow. But Pape, we're not praying.